Hey everybody, welcome back to Illiterate Book Club. I am Matt, and this is going to be my review of The Witcher, episode 2. So this is going to be like a spoiler review. I'm not going to really hold anything back. So if you're new to this channel, we do movie reviews, trailer reactions, and things of that nature. And one of our most popular videos so far have been all about The Witcher. And I kind of touched on this last episode, but I can tell that a lot of you guys have a lot of passion about the books. And so I'm just taking this from somebody who's just seen the show. I have not read the book. From my perspective, this episode, it was really good. I don't know if it was as good as the first, in my opinion. I think it was on par. I'm still really intrigued. I feel like I've kind of just delved a lot deeper into this world, even more so. I think it followed Yennefer. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing everything right. Yennefer, it followed her story quite a bit. You saw her backstory and where she went to uh, the Witcher version of Hogwarts. I guess I'm sure this book maybe even came out before Hogwarts. But anyways, whatever it was, witching school. And it was kind of a cool little unique thing. You saw that she was, you heard rather that she was half elf, and so that's why she has her deformity. There's quite a bit of stuff going on here. So like from somebody I was talking to in the comment section about her when her character introduction came along, they had said that she's just kind of looked at in the books rather, I believe, and I could be wrong, that she was looked at as just kind of a character that was mean and a jerk character. And you don't really understand her backstory until later on throughout the book series. And you don't really get to see maybe the human part to her later. You just first see her as maybe like a villain or a jerk. And then later on, you can kind of start to relate with how she became who she is. So I kind of feel slightly like that could have been a cooler way of introducing her. But I mean, I enjoyed it either way. And like I said, I'm not being able to compare it much to the books. So, I thought this was an interesting kind of reveal into her character. There was definitely like kind of a darkness that you could tell that, you know, she said, I've always wanted to be good at something, and you see that, okay, now she's feeling like she's special, and maybe she's never felt special in her life, and I thought that was pretty of an interesting thing. You continue along with Geralt, and he meets a singer. I'm not sure, I can't remember what they said his name was. I thought that was a pretty interesting and fun dynamic that they had throughout most of it. You start to build some backstory. It felt like there was elves mentioned in every side story talked about elves within this episode, which obviously means to me that it's going to be a very central element throughout this series. Watch now. I'm going to watch the rest of this series or watch the rest of this season, and it's not going to be about it. But no, it seems that there's going to be a lot of things tied back to elves, and so yeah, just kind of giving a brief overview of my thoughts on this show so far. I've liked it. I've liked it a lot. I think that the second episode brought me in even more so than the first. The first one, I feel like you're just trying to play catch up about what's going on here. And I kind of mentioned that prior, that it just felt like a whole lot in that first episode. But this second episode really felt like it kind of settled into its stride, kind of how I was hoping it would, where, okay, so they gave you a lot of information in the first episode, but now the second episode, you're learning more about these characters in depth, and they've kind of laid the groundwork to this world, but now they're kind of giving you a little bit more. They laid the foundation, but now they're kind of giving you the scaffolding. I guess is a good appropriate way of putting it. So yeah, I like this episode quite a bit. I'm interested to see where it goes. For more than anything, I feel like this show has intrigued me, and I've enjoyed all the episodes I've watched. I've talked to John, who wasn't able to be here, and he said that he is on episode 3. And he said that he seemed to like it more and more as he's went, and I'm not sure how much further along he is now. But yeah, I kind of tend to agree that I liked this episode. At least as much as the first one. I feel more invested in this show now than I did in the first episode, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that it was better or worse in particular ways. Like, I don't feel like there was quite as much maybe action in this one as there was in the first one. But I think similar to like Game of Thrones, and the reason I compare it is because I feel like as far as TV goes, there hasn't been too much that kind of fits in the same realm. But like Game of Thrones, some of the best episodes were just those character development episodes. It wasn't about the wars and the action and things like that. It was just being able to see the interactions of these characters. And I can tell this is going to be a different type story than, Game of Thrones was. It seems a little bit lighter in tone to me, and maybe that's going to change. I'm not entirely sure, but there's definitely some heavy elements, and there's a very adult themes, but it feels more like a fun adventure to me than like something as heavy as Game of Thrones. Like sometimes after watching Game of Thrones, I was like, okay, I need to back off. I can't just watch one after another. I feel like with this, and I'm excited to just get to the next episode. So anyways, that's kind of my take on the second episode here. Drop in the comment section below. Let me know. Have you read the book? Try not to spoil the rest of the series, but drop in here. How do you see it so far as following along with the book? And everybody has to realize, I think everybody does realize, that things like movies and TV shows, they are an adaptation of the book. They can't ever quite paint the same picture that a book does. And I think it's the job of a show or a movie to adapt it in such a way that it brings it to the screen and it captures the spirit and the essence of the books. And it tells the story, but it tells it in a way that you can understand it from just being a viewer point of view. And so I think we have to kind of be a little bit kind with our ideas of what we're expecting. But like I said, I have not read the book, so you may be watching this saying this is a completely off adaptation, and they didn't do it justice whatsoever, and that's completely okay if that's your opinion. But drop in the comment section below and just let us know your opinion. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Peace.